All right, let's go ahead and get into our review right here, which is going to be Mr. Church. And if y'all haven't heard about Mr. Church, that's because they tried, as Martin said, they tried to bury that shit. They tried to hide it. Y'all know what? That's a sign of being guilty already. Because they were out there touting this shit. Dramatic turn. Oscar potential award winning role for Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. This is the one now. Well, what the fuck? What? This is Coonish?
Wait, what year is this? 2016.
Yeah.
We can't release this now. Is it 92?
Yeah. What the fuck? This is offensive. The 12 years a slave. That shit was already out, man. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, this is one they were trying to sit up here and say that this is going to be the big one for Eddie Murphy. And people have mixed feelings about it. But I did get, you know what? I'll read an email. I got an email. Maybe it was a message. Somebody messaged me and said, you know something, I hope y'all are fair with this movie because a lot of people are jumping on this, and I think they're on a bandwagon. Mm-hmm. They said because I think that this movie right here is actually a decent film, and I want you guys to just come in and be fair with it. Okay. I don't find this whole mystical Negro thing you're talking about with this. Just come in and give it a fair chance.
Who is this?
Hey, you know what? I haven't said what I criticized the trailer. And I said, ooh, I can't wait to talk about this. Maybe it is the great return of Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. 4 years since he made a movie. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for Mr. Church, and then we'll come back with the full review. Mr. Church. You know what? Yeah. There's everything right there.
It really is all of it. Yeah.
And what you didn't see, you can fill in the blank. Seriously. Y'all told me the ending right now, I guarantee you would get it. You know, the funny thing about this is that they even gave him an old servant Negro name, Mr. Church. Mm-hmm. Even the white people in the movie, when they say his name, they turn to slaves. Hello, Mr. Church. You know, let me educate y'all on what the mystical Negro really is, because y'all thinking about this Uncle Remus shit. No, you know, the thing is, this opens up in 1971, and even out of the time period, that kind of fools you right there. Even though this feels like this could be set in the 1950s.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's 1971 the whole time. They got him in the kitchen cooking, looking like it is 1950s. But the magical Negro is, you know, of course, he's different from the Negro, because in movies, when I say this, because he, as we said, he's smart. He's a man of many, many talents. He's dignified. He's wise. He's musical, and always says the right thing. Mm-hmm. When your little white daughter comes in crying, he come here, child, let me whisper in your ear. And she comes out, oh shit,
I'm happy. 100% selfless.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Exactly, that's it. But again, those kind qualities are there not for his story, mm-hmm. not for his family, not for his friends.
He's a device.
Yeah, they're there to carry the stories of everybody else in the movie, including this. Everybody got a story except Mr. fucking Church.
It was one of those where I was like, are you sure this is called Mr. Church?
Every time they talk about Mr. Church, he cooked well. Mr. Church, he used to feed me good food. Mr. Church, he wiped my mom's ass real well, you know. But when it gets to a random dude on the bus, his name was Larry. He was in a car accident and he was drunk and his life took a turn. But I'm like, God damn, that dude ain't even got a story in this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess that's the question, right? Does he have a family or anything? Because that's the whole basis of the magical Negro, is that they don't have anybody, just themselves.
Oh, shit. Now you asking secrets. You don't need to know these things.
I'm sorry, sir.
This qualifies you from being magical.
I'm sorry, sir.
He's in training.
Yeah. Everything.
I'm here to help you, son. He hasn't found the right white family yet, but your time will come.
Find that right white.
Okay. Do I have a family? You know I do. These good white folks right here.
Any white person have a sick family member needs help? Christopher's all like, not me, man. I don't need you guys.
Wow, this nice gay couple right here. They adopted me and treated me well. That's my family. Now them other 5 babies I got out in the street, fuck them niggas. I don't know. No, but every time you ask Mr. Church something, it's always, I got secrets. You know, I can't tell you nothing. I got secrets. Everything he does is a secret. Even his food got secret. You're just asking, like, I can understand you don't want to talk about your family. You don't want to talk about your life. That's fine. But somebody said, damn, Mr. Church, these are some good grits. He's like, I can't tell you about them grits. That's a secret.
It's a family secret.
You think I'm lying?
Charlie, eat. What is this?
You never heard of grits?
You ever heard of grits?
I know, right?
A lot of secrets in my grits.
Secret grits.
Yeah, the secret is sperm.
It's like, nigga, I'm just asking you about grits. You can tell me about it. It's fucking, you know, it's
Is this
grits.
cilantro or basil, goddamn?
Yeah.
Secrets.
He answered like he was talking about his mama. Or something. About my mama.
Grits, Mr. Church. No, you can do a little bit too personal, little girl.
I put love in it. A lot of love.
Mind your own business.
Goddamn, can I have nothing in this house? I live for y'all. What you do to me? Mr. Church! You know, and the first lines, his first line in the movie, his opening line is, morning, ma'am. You know, so we already getting the tone of where this is going. That happened like 2 seconds before you saw that scene right there. You know, I want to take this director, man. This director, I want to take him and slap the fuck out of him. I don't want to hurt him. I want to just slap him into 2016.
Oh man, his face does look like he needs to be slapped. Though.
It does. Damn, that motherfucker look like he just had he spent the night at a fucking bar right now.
Well, I mean, think about this: how old he is. You know, whatever experience, he's at the end of his experience doing this.
And this is Bruce Beresford.
And he's turned out a movie that looks like a television movie.
It does. A television movie made in the 1970s.
Yeah.
When people did this kind of shit, and everybody was like, you know, Hollywood loves that, and black people couldn't say nothing about it, and everybody was just cool with it. But you probably saying, well, man, this dude ain't hurt nobody. You know, he's just directing a movie. He's doing his job. He's fucked up and drunk right now. Come on, you know. Leave him alone, man.
He just waiting for his magical Negro to come with the problem.
Put that bottle down, son. The drink is taking your life. But the reason why I'm upset about this is the guy's directed a lot of things. I'm not just going to hold this against him, but recently the things that he's directed is an episode of Roots, and a long time ago he was the director of Driving Miss Daisy.
Oscar winning.
Yeah.
The Oscar winning Driving Miss Daisy.
I guess he was trying to catch lightning in a bottle again.
Yeah. Okay, all the audience is,
I like the way everybody know it. They're like, yeah, fuck that movie, man. Y'all know y'all like that shit.
I just like the way she's looking at him.
She looking at him like, is this motherfucker real or is this a wax dummy?
Well, it's like he just farted in the car.
Smell that bitch.
You smell that, ma'am?
Open the window, Charles.
That was just rude.
Fuck you, bitch. This does like the Driving Miss Daisy wax setup at a museum.
Madame Tussauds.
At Madame Tussauds, yeah. So I can go in there and burn that shit down. This is I never liked that movie. I never did. I'm not jumping on a bandwagon. I'm not saying years later, because back in the day, this was this is what Hollywood was claiming as, oh, these are the progressive roles for people of color. Driving a fucking car.
Right.
Morgan Freeman. And Morgan Freeman, they ain't hating on him. He just took the work. I think he actually was driving a car, for this woman.
He was a valet.
Yeah, he was.
I'm just gonna film you throughout the day.
Yeah, he was the first Uber driver back then. But sorry, so you want it?
No, it's like, yeah.
Okay, but I never liked that movie. I never did. I remember a guy who let me into the theater to see it. He was because he was a projectionist. He even said, "Man, it's a really good movie." And I came out like, "Man, why you showing me that bullshit?"
I bet I know who loves that movie.
Who?
Mama Coleman.
She watches that on Gone with the Wind on repeat. That's all she watches.
See, my mom and even certain amount of my siblings, they still brainwashed by this shit right here. My mom put this shit on, and she thinks that this is progressive. I'm like, why do you think this is progressive? Well, they didn't hang his ass at the end.
Mama Coleman kept it real.
Yeah, she didn't lynch that motherfucker. I think that's a good ending. Did she once whoop his ass, or did anybody whoop his ass? Well, that's a fine progressive role right there. Is he a pimp? Good. When I look at this, it takes me back to a time where, like I said, a lot of people of color didn't have voices, and Hollywood loved this. And at this time where even Hollywood is kind of like, I don't know about this shit, you know, all that Oscar too white and everything that's going on, I think that they would know better to put some shit out like this.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I mean, like the people who worked on it were in a bubble. And just did not recognize how things have changed.
Again, because he's not somebody who is, you know, like Uncle Remus, or he's not, you know, talking in, you know, broken English or slave talk or anything like of that type. Not talking in servitude, you know. How can I get you another spoonful of sugar, ma'am? You know, all that kind of stuff. I think that's what's throwing people off. And also what's throwing people off is that it's a true story.
Is it?
It is. This is. It's from the story My Pet Negro.
Yeah.
Nah, the who said that? The Martin Thomas story. Martin, well, you adopted by a nice white family. I didn't know about this. Martin, like, yeah, she was fine.
That's why I had to go run and cook those steaks.
Shit, that's from last night at the Halloween show. But no, this is from the writer who wrote this screenplay, Susan McMartin. This is her story. This is a guy in the book. Is called The Cook, I think, the memoirs or whatever. And yeah, pretty much. At least in this, they gave him a name.
I know, right? You know? I'm the cook.
Yeah. I think they were going to call it Cook. And then it was too much like chef, I think.
Sure.
And then they were going to get Samuel Jackson to play
shit.
this.
Oh man.
And that you think Samuel Jackson says motherfucker? He looked at that script, motherfucker. I take it that's a no, sir. You goddamn all right. Thank you. But I understand the sentiment behind this. It's a thing where people, I'm not mad at people because these are people who thought that they were doing something good. And they didn't know. And they didn't know that this was offensive to certain people. At least, I'm speaking from my angle right now. I don't know what these guys think. But one of the things that also I think threw people off is that when they got, I don't know what the auditioning process was like for this. I don't know how Eddie Murphy got involved. But I will tell you right now, Eddie Murphy, I think, is great in this film. I know it's easy to probably say he isn't because of material, even without the offensive subject matter in it. It's still, a sappy, over-emotional TV movie. Mm-hmm. Predictable. But I thought Eddie Murphy was pretty incredible. Eddie Murphy did not do one donkey in there. Didn't do hardly anything where he was trying to be smooth Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. He finally shut the fuck up, pulled back a little bit, and the only time that he showed anger was a couple of times in the film. And even then, I felt like, all right, he yelled once, didn't stretch it out. It's not a real over-dramatized scene or melodramatic. And this, to me, if this was a better movie, this would be the dramatic calling of Eddie Murphy.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Okay, now that's enough.
All right, just tell me what your house looks like, or tell me who your best friend is. Come on, just tell me who
Hey, I said enough! Don't you know when to back off? If this was like old Eddie Murphy, people like, bitch, back the fuck up! I like the way he shut her down, too. And I like the way this scene continues. I mean, I think those two have great chemistry on camera. You don't agree?
No.
Why?
I think Eddie Murphy is just okay at this. To me, nothing he did here made me think of legend Eddie Murphy or even a great actor. He was just okay. And as far as him not doing any of his Eddie Murphyisms, of course, there's times when he drinks too much. And he's totally playing his dad from his Delirious stand-up.
Oh, yeah. You know what? He sure is. That's one. See, but I like that. I like that. We hardly got any Eddie of the old Eddie in there. For the better, he did throw a little bit of classic Eddie up in there.
Well, the thing was, like, you bringing up this scene, which takes place in like the first 30 minutes of the movie.
Oh no, I'm bringing up this scene.
When I'm yeah. No, go for it.
You know what it is? And if you don't like it, you get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. I pay the motherfucking bills in this motherfucker. And hey, kiss my ass if you don't like it.
There's a part.
I was expecting him to just do the full routine.
Oh yeah, because he came in drunk, and he might have really been drunk and bringing out old Eddie Murphy. He came in, faggot, call me a faggot, old man, I'll kick your ass.
Who's a failure? You the goddamn failure. Talking shit.
She's like, whoa, he really is black. I didn't know what to tell me.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like when we were talking about this, and even when you first told us, like, man, you guys got to see Mr. Church. The 3 acts in here, the first act, you're like, wow, like he's actually doing a great dramatic performance. The girl's doing a good job, and the mom is doing an amazing job. So you're like, okay, maybe this movie is good. Then it gets to the second act, which is him clowning around and being drunk in the house. You're like, oh, okay, this is the turn. I remember watching that, I just let out, oh no. Okay, this is where we're going.
I don't know, man. I really like Eddie Murphy in this movie. I thought if this was a better movie, maybe it wouldn't be an Academy Award winner for Eddie Murphy, but it would be something where people would say, wow, you know, we want to encourage Eddie Murphy to go off and do more of this. You know, it is a positive turn. At least that's what I thought. But like I said, man, even without Eddie Murphy in here, this movie is just so sappy. It's just it is just trying too hard at the cliches that it's doing.
It's funny to hear you guys talk about this because I haven't seen the movie at all. And like I said, through the trailer, you kind of see everything. Is there anything there that's in between? Like, okay, that's a twist.
I mean, outside of, well, no, we just showed the scene where he gets drunk. There's nothing that's surprising in this. It's really some old, like, 1940s, right? And you're like, oh, look at this smart Negro.
Because it's funny, because I listened and see the trailer, and it's funny to see that Eddie Murphy's still doing, like you said, his Eddie Murphy-isms. So it was tough for me to see that if he was going to be that accomplished, that straight actor now.
I think he is.
Okay,
Now you heard
so
that
you're
over there
saying
from
that-
them. I think he is.
Okay.
I if there's anything, oh, there it is, right there, man. This is the most ridiculous skateboarding accident. Look at this. They put it in slow motion and shit. Like he tackled that shit.
Yeah, because she's having a conversation with some dude and some skateboarders in the background going around, and out of nowhere he comes running into a 9-month pregnant woman.
Yeah, that was a mugging, man. You know,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't see her.
yeah. He wants
Seriously?
You're holding her purse.
Yeah, he wanted to kill that baby, man. What your baby say to me? You're hearing shit. Oh, fuck, I am.
Like Eddie Murphy put a hit on her.
Yeah. Look, it's a bullshit movie. You know what do you want me to tell you?
Damn, son.
It would almost be a rental if it just didn't feel like this was so outdated and offensively outdated. I mean, they really think that what makes me upset about it is that at one time I really do think that they were convinced that they had some true Oscar bait on their hands.
Yeah.
At one time they thought that this was going to be the one that was going to break out with the rest of the dramas this season. And no, this couldn't be more miscalculated. I mean, this is something where if this was made 5 years ago, 20 this would be, actually, you know what? Possibly 20 years ago. I mean, no, I wouldn't say that because that's the reason why I don't like things like The Butler and The Help. I give those passes just because I know people do like them and they're not, they're subtle in the things that disturb me, so I don't rail too hard on them.
But with those, they actually showed, the family, the butler and the help. You saw them go home and they're talking to their family and they're dealing with other things. And here, you never see them deal with any other person outside of
That is
those
true.
two.
He's two-dimensional.
That is true.
This should be a safe movie for some people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very safe.
No one will leave this upset unless you're like us.
Oh yeah, it's safe. I mean, it's shit.
Shit,
Yeah, what would y'all give it?
You're right, man. Like if Mr. Church wasn't so two-dimensional and they didn't give everything away in this trailer and they didn't make him a super magical mystical Negro, like it could have been a rental. But Eddie Murphy's character, which they say in the trailer, is giving up everything that he was supposed to earn for working with these people just to keep them happy and safe. Nah, man, I don't fuck with that. Ain't nobody on the planet that's selfless.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, this is some old bullshit movie. Man.
I watched this and I didn't get angry watching it. It just felt like it was long. But somehow when it ended, that's when I felt angry. It was a weird thing.
Because you realize, man, I just sat here and watched this whole thing.
Maybe that's what it was. It's like at the time it's just like, okay, it's just doing its thing. But then once it's all over, it all kind of collected for me. It's not enough for me to give it some old bullshit, but it's that kind of low rental where I go, it's a TV movie. There's no reason to go out of your way. There's no reason to seek it out on Netflix. But if you already have basic cable and it's going to come on and you think you might like something like this, then sure, go for it.
I was thinking about a rental, but like I said, man, this is just too, offensive. Not loudly offensive, but it is offensive. And I want to give it a rental because I wanted people to see Eddie Murphy. You know, I don't want to support.
You love it, that Eddie Murphy.
I want to support him, but he don't need to be encouraged. He don't need to be encouraged.
I'll just go make Norbit 2. How about that?
I'd rather he cook instead of doing this shit. Y'all keep fucking with him. He will really be a cook after a while. The way things are going. Yeah, I don't want to encourage that shit. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into our next thing right here. Shit, watching this movie, I was almost like Eddie Murphy.
Pay the motherfucking bills in this motherfucker. And hey, kiss my ass if you don't like it.
I watched that whole thing today. I was laughing so hard, man. I was wondering, damn, man, what happened to that dude right there? You know, I just
live long enough to become the villain,
right?
It's funny because I remember watching Beverly Hills Cop, and there's a scene where these two gay guys walk by, and they're dressed up in these loud suits, and then I watched. I was like, "You did the same fucking thing, man." I mean, with his shirt open right down to his fucking crotch hairs, man. I missed that. I missed that part of Eddie Murphy, and I guess that's why I'm doing it because I really feel supportive of him. But I do want him to be. I wanted him to be like the. I don't know what else to say. The Black Robin Williams. You know, I want him to go out and do comedy, and I want him. I'm not. I want him to do comedy, and I want him to do drama. I always saw that within him.
Sure, and there's a lot of comedians who do well doing drama.
And you know, here's the thing about it. You might have heard this interview with John Landis, who said, when Eddie Murphy is in disguise, he can actually give a moving performance. Mm-hmm. When he was in Norbit. I know it's a terrible movie, but when he's in disguise, he's giving more dramatic performances. What was that movie where he was the film nerd with Steve Martin?
Bowfinger.
Bowfinger. When he's in Bowfinger, he was he was playing it down. The Nutty Professor.
Sure.
That's probably that's an emotional performance right there.
Yeah,
I know it's a comedy, and I just wanted him to succeed because this is the one where it felt like, all right, he's finally creeping out. He's finally, getting out of his comfort zone. Now,
they should have put him in a fat suit.
No, I was about to say, now thanks to you, Martin, he is going to put on a fat suit. He's looking at his closet like a Batman outfit, he's crying and shit.
Safety black.
Gamefly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. Gamefly's giving me an excuse to do that. And you could even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month. Just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. If you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.